Hello YouTube, welcome to OMG Nit Survives 100 Days of Hardcore Minecraft. I'll take you on my journey of survival with only one life where if I die, I lose my entire world. I'm going to beat the dragon and for the first time ever, I'm going to fight the Wither. Will I survive? You'll have to watch to the end to find out. Now let's load in this brand new world. And what a seed we have here. We're immediately dropped off into a dark oak forest and an oak forest, and we have got to jump to that holy grail of punching trees. Now, this takes a little bit of rendering in because I have got one of the world's jankiest PCs. Hit a massive like now and subscribe just for the fact that I am playing Minecraft on what is a low spec PC to the very best. Anyway, we punched those trees and then at the middle of day one we found this room portal, found our in-game clock. That is a massive find for day one. In-game clock is helpful, especially if you've got to edit 100 days of hardcore, because being able to watch the clock helps you watch the days. We then made our first crafting table and quickly chucked together some rudimentary wooden tools to get us going. We made that almighty first wooden pickaxe, and then we went on to discover some stone. Now stone, you'd think I'd make a stone pickaxe, but absolutely not. I've got this wooden pickaxe that's going to do me for day one. The one thing I do need though is a decent stone axe, which we should craft together right here in this crafting table now. And day one we've already got an axe, pickaxe, and we find a village. And that is the end of day one. I slept in the village and saw the night away. Day two was our first village raid. We needed food and we needed it fast. Look at that hunger bar. That is one hungry little man. So smash down a bit of bread and then go about the village raiding every single haystack that I could find. Stole a bed, stole every vegetable and got every single conceivable growth crop that I needed in the game, and then wandered a bit further out, found this little jungle biome, smashed up these watermelons, and then just around the corner, even better, found the pumpkins. So I've already got carrots, pumpkins, watermelons, potatoes, and now I've got cocoa beans. I'm pretty sure that's pretty much every crop I could want. End of day two. Quick jump in the bed, can't be bothered fighting any mobs yet. We are not strong enough by far. Day three, it's time to find somewhere to make our forever home. Find this little biome. We've got a village there. That's not one that we've looked at already. We've got some cows and sheep. We've got a oak forest, a spruce biome, a jungle biome, and a dark oak. I mean, could you want a better seed? Quickly get together some materials to start and build our first base. It is not going to be anything pretty, I'm afraid. We have built ourselves a hay hole to live in for the first few days. We're alright unless the big bad wolf comes along. And then towards the end of day three, we do what every good Minecrafter does at the end of the day and start our first mine. Quickly pickaxing our way down with that smashing wooden pickaxe. Find ourselves some iron, take out this iron vein, making sure that we've got the goods to start and make some actual proper tools and some proper armour, just to increase our chances of survival. Then carry on all the way down to diamond level, which we know the best diamond level now is Y11. Go watch that video in my little back catalogue of videos. And then daytime on day 4 came. Day 4 was all about starting to start that first farm. And shout out to Avramant right now. I am copying his semi-automated farm. That took some time. Straight back down into the mine to the night of day 4. A little bit more mining. You can see I've cleared out this whole area here. And start just digging around at Y11 to try and find some very important diamonds. Day 5, get cracked back on with farming. We're really hitting this at pace now. Really want to make sure that we get all the tradable items, all the vegetables, all the carrots, and we get our first seeds in the ground early doors, because villager trading is going to be a really important part of this little Minecraft journey. I've got potatoes in one row, I've got carrots in another row, I should have some wheat from we get a seedy place advancement, and then I should have some beets as well, so we're going to stick those beet seeds in too, and that is our first farm started. So back down the mine. I think you might see a theme in this video. We farm during the day, we mine at night, but we are not going to have one of those 100 days where we just watch farming. I got sick of bumping my head, so I nailed out this staircase start of day 6. And the sun was just rising, so quickly went back to creating the farm. And you can see this semi-automated farm. I will show you a little bit more about why it's semi-automated a little bit later on, but that took the whole of day 6. And then we headed back down into the mine, and our lovely hay house is still there, looking its best. Quickly replace the hay bale and head back down underground. Bit more mining, but obviously I'd done at Y11 and I still wasn't convinced that Y6 wasn't the place to go. Again, like I've said, go back to through my video catalogue and you'll find Y11 Y6 video. It was no good at all. I just mined all the same that I'd mined at Y11 as at Y6 as at Y11 and found no diamonds whatsoever. Back to the all important farm, getting these slabs in because I wasn't happy with the full blocks, and I thought actually that was easier for transitioning between the fields. That took all day of day 7, and then night of day 7 obviously we head back down to the mine. Oh, and we've got one of those angry birds chasing after us. Day 8, a bit more, get our first harvesting. We get our potatoes, our wheat, our carrots, get everything harvested up, and then of course the next job is replanting. Happy days. Harvesting and replanting, the two biggest jobs within Minecraft when you're playing it in the way that I play it. So we get the carrots in, we get the potatoes in, and I decided also to plant the pumpkins and the watermelon seeds so we could start and have those to trade. And that was, yeah, day 8 pretty much tied up. Night of day 8, back down the mines, down our little staircase, and then day 9. Nothing really to report on night of day 8. Day 9 we get our automated farming. We place down some trapdoors. We stick a little redstone circuit in with a lever, and when you put this redstone across the top of these blocks here and here, and you pull the lever and you create this little water void behind, and actually you can use that water void then as a little flush system, just like in your toilet. It will flush all of the crops straight down into a little chamber at the bottom where I've got a nice little gathering mechanism, and just makes harvesting so much easier. We popped along to that village then, mended up that iron golem, and stole a few more apples. There wasn't much into that village really. It was just some, some more staple goods really. Back down the mines for day 9, and day 9 is the day we found our first diamonds, and happy days. Now you're going to spot a theme in this video again for diamonds. We got one, two, well we got two. We got 2 diamonds out of our first vein. That was pretty depressing. Day 10, I wandered just off into the spruce forest. I wanted to start and get some wood together because I had grand designs on building the ultimate fortress around my base. I'd say fortress, I was a bit tired of spending time down in the mines. And like every responsible Minecrafter, I chop down trees and I immediately replant them because, hey, I'm not here to wreck the world. I started then building the fence that will keep out all the mobs and allow me to stay above ground during the night. This was a bit of a long task because I'm slightly obsessed with making sure spacing of blocks is right. My little bit of OCD kicking in there. So yeah, right to the night of day 10, and then obviously we head back down the mine for another night with a pickaxe. We found another diamonds. Well, I say diamonds. We found diamond. Like I said, my luck with diamonds was absolutely no good in this run in hardcore. So we're at 3 at this point. We could make ourselves a diamond pickaxe, but we don't. We get back to that almighty fence and laying out the big props that we're going to make the really safe fence around the base. And like I said, I'm a little bit OCD when it comes to building. I'm counting blocks out very thoroughly. Night of day 11, I'm back down the mines, finding more diamonds. We're now at 5, so we can finally make an enchant table and a diamond pickaxe. And then day 12, we finally get the fencing around the big fence posts. That took the whole of day 12 pretty much. We did a full lap around the base and whacked in fencing in every available gap. Night of day 12, I felt brave. I was tired of being underground in the mines, finding no diamonds whatsoever, and thought I would spend the night lighting up around my base. Did that pretty well. Just at the end, you'll see I just get tagged there by one of those horrible flying parrots, and decided that enough was enough. It was time to head back down the mine. And I even slept through the night so I could get rid of those parrots and stay up the next night. Day 13 came and I wanted to fancy up my little fence a little bit, so I got some of the worst block in the game, some polished doorite, and decided that I would go around and fancy up the fence. I also put the collection system into the field on day 13 so that I could start and harvest those crops, and boom, tested out my automated crop harvester, and guess what? Don't. I absolutely messed up the harvester and had to rebuild it, and then I finally got it working. Happy days. And you can see all those lovely crops getting flushed down right the way down to the little collection mechanism at the bottom, and all you have to do is run along the tops of the walls and collect anything up that's spilled over. I then went along, collected all those bits of crops up around the edges, and of course did the most important job whenever you're farming. Gathering up pumpkins and watermelons, obviously, because they're a beautiful tradable commodity. And then got back to planting. Happy days. Day 14 spent doing more planting. Yeah, 14 days in and planting things have pretty much become my life. So I am just running the fields as hard as I can because it's important to get the big work in at this point. Uh, oh, uh, Night day 14, this little creeper showed up, decided to try and take me out while I was trying to make myself a little sugarcane farm. So yeah, first mob had to be dispatched, and he was done with great pain and grace with my stone pickaxe. No, it's an iron pickaxe. What am I saying? Yeah, and then I went back to planting sugarcane and getting the sugarcane farm going. Morning of day 15, we are there banging in the sugarcane at an absolute massive rate. And then I thought, actually, do you know what? It is time I did something other than farm. So I decided to tear down my hay house. Didn't need that anymore. I'm now safe inside the world's best ever fence. Smashed that hay down, collected it all back up. Might be needing that for bread later. And decided it was probably time to think about putting a gate into the fence. Why did I want a gate? Well, I need a way of getting in and out. That's a good start. So at the minute, I was just locked in the thing. Some of my best building skills there, you can see, obviously laying gates in the wrong place. And once you've got a gate, what can you do? You capture animals. I mean, you start a farm and you go and get yourself some lovely cows that we lured back at much pain into our little pen. And to celebrate luring the cows into the pen, of course, breed them up. Happy days, we get the parrots and the birds. So yeah, that day, pretty much day 16, was just basically spent finding as many animals and breeding them up inside of my little fenced off area. And then it was time to start the outline of my starter base. I was absolutely bored of not having a base and not really doing any building for a few days because I love to build in this game. So I knocked myself out starter house. That was day 17 to day 20, and there it is, the beautiful starter house. She's beautiful. If you want to see me do a little tutorial on that, just hit me in the comments and I will throw together a tutorial of how we made that starter house. Now, day 21, you are back to the grind. We've got to get these crops harvested, make sure we've got a sugar cane on the go, fill out the sugar cane field a bit more, and just keep gathering up crops because I am definitely going to be trading with some villagers really shortly. Day 21 as well, also had a little bit of decoration and put some storage in place in the little basement of the house. Storage being really important. You'll find out by the end of this. Yeah, I didn't use maybe a few of these chests, but I had them to hand. Why not? And oh yeah, I had to get rid of all the seeds. Day 22, got to get rid of those seeds from the farm. What better way to get rid of seeds than make a little seed farm? Sorry, bone meal farm. Compost a couple of funnels and a few barrels, and we are off and to the races with making as much bone meal as we can. So I just got rid of all the trash that I had in my inventory and stuck that through. Then went and obviously needed the final farm in my little lovely farming area, and that was for the cocoa beans. A couple of bits of jungle log, and then we can chuck some cocoa beans down there, and we've got everything we need to make some brown dye with. Carried on breeding up the animals. Day 22, some pillagers showed up, but I just really pretty much ignored them. Wasn't really interested in getting into a battle with them anytime soon, being as I've got to go to the village very shortly. And day 22, back down the mine, I was getting really short on resources, so found myself up some coal, found myself some more iron, basically went about getting myself a bit more sorted. Found these diamonds, left these diamonds. Don't want to take any more diamonds until I've got at least Fortune 3. How do I mark a diamond mine? I stick a piece of redstone block down, so I know to come back to that when I've got my Fortune 3. Day 23, we're back in the fields doing another harvest. I hadn't had enough of it at this time. I think watching it back, I would probably do less farming, but you know, I also don't think this is one of those videos where all you've done so far is watch me farm. Obviously, we've done bits and pieces. Made a start house for my sins. So yeah, farming up everything that is going, making sure we get everything replanted and regrown. Day 23 was just spent doing chores. Day 24 soon came back round, and actually to celebrate the entry into day 24, I ate cookies! Yeah, what a meal. I mean, just like a fat kid at Christmas. Day 24 to 34, we had a disaster with the PC. I got all my villagers and lured them into my villager breeder and started the job of villager trading. Unfortunately, I've had to create a quick recap here to show you just how I did that. So, this was the village. There's my base over on the right. I made this awesome tunnel and basically used the bed trick to lure villagers down here at night. Kept moving the beds all the way along the tunnel, all the way along this. This is still lit up. More bed trick, more bed trick, more bed trick, and then this little staircase up here pops us out right into the villager breeder. So you should be able to see my two little master villagers, a couple of little farmers here, and they are the ones that I've been using for breeding up all my other villagers in the game. There they are, looking very happy with themselves. So yeah, day 24 to 34 took 10 days, and my PC decided it didn't want to show you that footage. So sorry, I've had to recreate it. These are my little villager, let's call it a hotel or holding pen. And then, yeah, day 34, I'm a bit miffed with it, so I decided to finally destroy one of those flying rats, because to be honest, I hate them. They are an absolute pain. So yeah, day 34, what do you do? Obviously, a bit more farming, day 34 to 46. We spent farming and villager trading, and farming and villager trading. I basically got every emerald I could off those farmers using all those crops that I'd made. Did a bit more mining, finally got Fortune 3. Whoa, big time, big time, big time. Fortune 3, that means we are good for diamonds going forward. Made myself a little enchanting room with an enchanting table and whacked on efficiency 4, and then I think whack straight on some affinity on a book, and then make myself a lovely Fortune 3 efficiency 4 pickaxe, so I can go down to the mine and get all those lovely diamonds. There's my little marker number 1. 5 vein of diamonds this one, and then we go and find the other vein, which I think is another 5 vein. Yeah, 5 vein of diamonds, so that should be 10, and I've got 23 in the inventory. So yeah, worth waiting for Fortune 3. Then we were back to doing more trading, getting ourselves diamond armor off an armourer that we managed to get up to expert. So 14 emeralds for some diamond trousers, for 9 emeralds from some diamond boots, and some diamond chest plate and a diamond helmet. Boom, absolutely diamonded up, but the enchants are pretty rubbish. Then get myself a diamond sword, get myself a diamond axe. We are all about the diamonds, and we have got the emeralds to spare. Silk Touch book then came up on one of the librarians. That was definitely for the taking, because we need Silk Touch in our future. And then obviously we get back to doing a bit more farming and a little bit more villager trading with all of those beautiful farmed up goodies. You can see I've had a little flower garden in there. Feather Falling 4, that was a big score. Managed to get that off one of the librarians. That is going to be big on the boots. And Looting 3 is going to be big on the sword. Looting 3 is going to help us get those wither skulls for that wither skeleton fight later. I started running out of librarians. I needed some more villagers, so I built myself some more holding pens, let's call them. That's probably nice. Better than cells, isn't it? Yeah, let's call them holding pens. So yeah, spent another day or so making up some more holding pens and sticking some beds down so that we could get the villagers busy again. Yeah, obviously colour-coded the beds this time because I could. Found some more diamonds in the evening. That was bringing the diamond haul up to the max. And yeah, then went about disenchanting and re-enchanting some of that diamond gear. So I got myself protection 4 helmet, which happened to have aqua affinity and unbreaking. Then sorted my boots, got a little bit of protection 3, not the best, but something to get going with. And then took those amazing boots, took that feather falling. Oh no, managed to make some protection 4, and got the protection 4, got the feather falling, and stuck that on. Absolutely beautiful. We are now good to fall from height without too much bother. I then went about the very tricky job of waking up these new villagers and putting them in their little cells. After all that trading and villager time, I decided to do a bit of decorating. Create myself some funky carpet, stuck myself a new beehive in that no bees ever came to. Really need to work on my beekeeping. And decided to just make the place look a little bit better, get the bone meal out, get a few flowers planted around, and then decided we need to go and explore a different part of the world. It was day 49 after all. Been nearly 50 days in this place. We've got to go to that most horrible place you can ever go when you are in hardcore Minecraft. The place that tries to kill you at every corner. That's right, we built ourselves a nether portal at the back of the base, lit it up, and decided that day 49 was the day to go to the nether. Loading into the nether is always a challenge in this horrible PC. So yeah, smash that like button like I keep saying, because I need to upgrade this PC and do something different in Minecraft. We spawned though in a nether waste, which, you know, pretty good, but you will see the render rates on this are pretty atrocious. Please do bear with me, and like I said, hit the like button. So yeah, over to the left you can see a little piglin bastion. We don't go near that. That is for 200 days of hardcore. If you want to see 200 days, like button and comment below, and we will do the 200 days video, and I will go straight to that bastion as in day 1. So yeah, day 49 we are watching the all the lava rendering from the ceiling. You can see just how slow my PC is, and yeah, just had a good old look around, checked down on this large lava ocean, and then headed up and spotted the nether fortress. Now that is, I mean, that's pretty much amazing. That is OP for a nether spawn to have the nether fortress. You'll see in a second just how close it is to our little nether hub. So pop down this little hill here, back down to see that lava ocean with the crimson forest at the other end of it. Just as we crest over this little hill, we watch a piglin fall to his death. Poor RIP piglin. And there it is, there's the nether portal. So yeah, what a nether spawn we have got ourselves. So we go back to the overworld because, hey, don't want to get too carried away, and obviously need to do some trading on day 50. Day 50, halfway there, ladies and gentlemen. That is a big day. We got ourselves some better enchantments for our armor, some unbreaking and some protection 4. Yeah, I wanted to do a bit of redecoration now I've been to the nether, so I made myself a nice new floor. Day 51, it was time to be brave and head into the nether and make sure we protect, first of all, our nether portal. So we quickly whack around some protection, smashing out some cobblestone in the old classic fashion, making sure we fill in the corners so that no ghasts can wreck our nether portal, and make sure that I can actually sort of pop in and out of the nether relatively safely, because this is hardcore after all, and if I die, this world is gone, and this would be 50 plus days gone. And by the way, watch the bloopers reel that I will publish soon, because this wasn't my first try at hardcore. I think this was maybe attempt 11, and there are some pretty good epic hardcore deaths. So after I've built my little protection, I decided to lure a piglin in down into this little hole and went about piglin trading, and this was day 51 right the way through to day 54. I did a lot of trading with this piglin. I really absolutely sweated into pieces. Built some protection around us both so that we could not get smashed by a ghast. Decided that was probably the safest play, making sure again to not die, because all this time invested in a hardcore world, dying would be a bad plan. Quickly whack a roof on this thing, make sure the corners are filled in so I don't get attacked, and then I jump down in the little hole with the little man, make myself a little gravel door, and yeah, knock him down in here, stick a quick barrel over the top of his head, which stops him jumping out and about and escaping, and then quickly throw him every single little piece of gold that I had mined up in my previous 50 days, it felt like, of non-stop mining. At the end, I'd done pretty well, although he turned on me. He wasn't happy with me. He wasn't happy being in that hole. So unfortunately, our best friend had to go, and we took all of our loot, and decided that actually, because we'd spent the gold, we should probably get a little bit more, because having a little bit of gold on hand isn't a bad thing when you are touring around the nether upsetting piglins. So yeah, get that gold. We then back up to the overworld. We had been down in the nether for 3 whole days, and in day 55 we went back up to the enchanting room and did a little bit of enchanting because of all the experience that we'd built up in the nether. Get ourselves out, sorted out with a better diamond sword, got a bit of smite on the go. That was all important when it comes to getting those wither skulls and fighting the wither later on. So yeah, decent sword at last, ready for fighting wither skeletons when we go and visit that nether fortress. We also then chucked on the looting book, which should give us a good, better chance of us getting those wither skeleton skull drops. And yeah, we were pretty well kitted at this point. We did decide to make a bit better fire protection out of some diamond armour, and we got Unbreaking Power 5 on a bow and stuck that infinity book on there as well, so we had a half decent bow to be able to fight whatever we wanted to with. Then day 55 we are back into the nether to go and fight blazers, because we needed to do some potion brewing. So we found this little lazy blaze just out on this bridge here, and yeah, he wasn't too much trouble because we got our fire protection on our armour. Then found some nether wart. Like I said, I've got potion brewing coming in the future, and we need all the nether wart and soul sand that we can find. We then got to work on this blaze spawner, collecting as many blaze rods as we could with our lovely looting 3 sword, and yeah, making use of some of the potions that we traded with the piglin as well, so that we had fire protection on the go. And that was pretty much day 56 to 57, just looting up blazers and checking out the fortress. We then headed back to the overworld and decided that now was a good time to start and put together all of our 14 blaze rods and bits and pieces for potion brewing. We needed to make some more nether wart, so quickly chucked down a little nether wart farm, and then made ourselves that brewing stand and got ourselves our first potion. First thing I wanted to do was take one of those potions of fire resistance and make myself something that would last a little longer when it came to fighting blazers, or if I accidentally drop into the lava, which did happen. Yeah, we did drop in the lava at one point, but I had that fire potion on me. Day 59, back down to the nether because I have an important job to do. In the nether, I built myself this little tunnel down to I think 12, Y12 in the nether. That's the little lava lake I fell into. And then down in Y12, we went about the next important job, and that was netherite farming. We needed to find those nether scraps so that we could make ourselves a full set of netherite armor and maybe netherite tools. Yeah, no grace in this. Wasn't using explosives or anything. I just had really efficient pickaxe and went about picking up all the netherite that I could find in and around. And that was day 60 to 64, just finding chunks of netherite and making this massive cavern just to make sure that I could get all the netherite I would ever need, burning through this amazing efficiency pickaxe. It's a really good job that I had on breaking on that as well, because yeah, I proper burnt that thing out. Look at the amount of health left on that pickaxe. There is nothing on it. Yeah, but netherite, we found it plentifully in the end, and then headed back up our ladder to go back to the overworld, because that pickaxe was about absolutely shot at. 12 pieces of netherite, and we already had a bit of netherite scrap in there that we found previously. We then went to the job of making a mob grinder on day 66. This was important. This was big. I needed a mob grinder. I had mending books. But I thought it was all over at this point. That horrible flying rat knocked me off 32 stones up, and I was not happy. I was not happy at all. I thought this was the end to another world. But Feather Falling 4. Feather Falling 4 absolutely saved me. I cannot believe those horrible pigeons nearly absolutely smashed me and ended this game for me. Thank you so much for Feather Falling 4. So I went back to sleep. It's the only thing to do when the pigeons are out, really. Can't be bothered fighting them. And then went back day 67 to 68 and made myself that all-important mob grinder. 130-ish blocks up. I think it has to be 128. We always go a couple more just to make sure that we're completely up as high as possible. So yeah, above the cloud line, made myself a nice little safe platform without falling off, because Feather Falling 4 won't help from that height. And then made myself a classic diamond mob grinder, ready to be able to get myself a nice mending book and start and fix up some of my armor and tools and everything else that goes along with it, because to be honest, can't be bothered keep making stuff. I'd much rather just grind out a nice mending book and make sure that I've got everything that I need that way. So yeah, we head back down the water chute, the old water trick to jump down, a little bit of a yeet off that waterfall, and then back up end of day 68, back up to our mob spawning platform, so we can start and take out some of the mobs and get some of that XP. So yeah, a little bit of work to be done here. A few trapdoors down, just make sure none of the baby zombies get out, and nothing can get underneath. And you can see the mobs are falling at an alright rate. Probably not the best farm ever, but seemed to work. Chucked a fence around it as well, because yeah, knowing me, I'd probably stop off the edge and that'd be the end of the 100 days. Got to play safe. Got to play safe. And yeah, managed to chuck a nice fence round, got to grinding the mobs, and then the weirdest thing happened. I took some damage. Look, there, damage. This little monkey managed to somehow get out of the thing. So I went back to mob proofing. The only thing I could think of was maybe he managed to just check through one of the corners. So stuck some slabs in, stuck some blocks in there and a couple of trapdoors, and it never happened again. So I think that is probably what happened. I think he just managed to get his way through a little corner somehow and managed to attack me there. So we then just go about grinding through, getting that pickaxe built back up, and spent day 69 to 71 just grinding away at the mob grinder, getting the XP needed to fix up, and looking at our fabulous new world that we've made. It wasn't as much as I thought. Yeah, that farm is decent, but yeah, it wasn't quite what I thought. Right, so yeah, back to grinding mobs, making sure that we're getting that XP, and you can see now we're back at 30 levels. We've been there for sort of 3 days, 2 days, 3 days, making sure we've got 30 levels back up and a fully fixed pickaxe. Head back down, and I'd miss my villagers. Day 69 to 71 spent doing villager trading, getting Eyes of Ender ready for when we go and find ourselves the portal, and yeah, all was good. I then managed to find these wither skeletons on a little wander through the nether on day 72, and look, on looting, found my first wither skull. Happy days. So I'm already on day 72 and I've got a wither skull. I was running short on potions of fire, fire resistance, so went down and got myself a few magma cubes, tried to beat them to death with my bow before realising I probably should use the sword, and switch back to the sword quickly, and then yeah, got myself a few magma blocks so that I can make myself some more fire resistance potions. Obviously got to kill the babies. You don't want them growing up and kind of come chasing you another day, because some kind of bad movie. Then it was back down the mine with our fresh pickaxe to go and get ourselves some more netherite. Day 73 to day 78, 5 whole days just mining out netherite. But we did it. We got ourselves enough netherite to make ourselves a netherite pickaxe. And then we managed obviously to then make some netherite armor too in a little while. Got ourselves that mending book so we could get a bit more mending on our armor on day 79, and got ourselves a silk Touch book. I think we'd already done a Silk Touch book, but I think we wanted another one. Not sure why. So that we can end the chest very shortly. Day 80, back to the farm. It seems like forever since we farmed, and obviously those emeralds don't make themselves. We need to be trading with those farmers and getting some more emeralds. More emeralds equals more money, equals more trades, equals better books, better equipment, and better preparation for the eventual fight with the dragon and the wither. Found myself in efficiency 5 book at last. Really could have used that for all that netherite mining, but hey, speeds up the process now. We get that efficiency 5 Silk Touch pickaxe on the go. Really had to decide how I wanted to spend my XP on wisely here, and made myself a nice unbreaking efficiency 5 Silk Touch pickaxe. Just a diamond one, don't need netherite for that because we're only really going to use it for the ender chest. And managed to get some mending put onto these boots as well, because these boots are lifesavers, absolute lifesavers. They've already saved me more than enough times. Day 80, back up, decided to take the anvil with me so that I could level up and add books to my gear on the go. Wanted to make these trousers a little bit more unbreaking-y and a little bit more mending-y. Obviously wanted to get myself the best OP diamond armor I could before then turning it into netherite. Day 81 to 83, we're just grinding, absolutely grinding away at the mob grinder, getting the XP up, making sure that we've got a set of tools that is more than worthy of going and fighting the ender dragon. Then big day, big day, netherite helmet, netherite chest plate, and netherite leggings are on already, and that is it. We are covered in netherite or ration debris, however you want to call it. We then prepared ourselves for the dragon fight. Got all the gear together that we needed in an ender chest, including potions. Brought down that ender chest, filled our tummies, and then on end of day 84 I had a little sleepy, and then day 85, that was it. We were off to find the stronghold. Eyes of Ender on the way, dodging the creepers as we go, and we went a long journey over land and sea to find that portal room in the stronghold. It took forever, all the day 85, right into the night, and it was in the morning of day 86, I think, when we actually find the portal. Straight down, we're mining, and we hit that almighty stronghold. Happy days. Day 86, it didn't take me very long to find the portal room. Quickly made it safe, blocked it off, chucked the Eyes of Ender into it, and then we were ready to jump in to the end. Day 87 to 88, we are in the end. Now this is the most scary end render I have ever seen in all my life. I thought that was it, game over. The game had misrendered, but it didn't. It then just chucked me back in a cube. Like again, smash that like button just for how rubbish this PC is. Scared me to death. I then quickly took my potions and we went about the first boss fight. Day 87 to 88, and we are already fighting the dragon. Let's see how this dragon fight goes. No spoilers, but it is not exactly a speed run. We had more than a few problems fighting this dragon. Number one problem is I'm just not that good with the bow, so taking down these things is always hard. Yeah, you can see the bow skills take a little bit of dialing in, at least 3 shots for every one. But we are doing our best, we're taking them out, and finally we managed to take out the last one by a little tricky upshot. Then they were all down, it was time to fight the dragon at last. The dragon fight went alright. My son actually watched me do this, and I was hitting shot after shot after shot to start with, to the point in which he thought I was an absolutely OP Minecrafter. Look at these shots, shot. But one thing happened with this dragon fight. He never stayed down. The minute I got near him, I'd try and hit him and he would take off again, just like that. That was the whole fight. You could never smash him with a sword, because he just kept taking off over and over and over again. And yeah, look at these shots. These are some of the worst arrow shots ever. But you know, I'm not here because I'm great with the bow. I'm all right at building, and I enjoy playing the game. So yeah, like I said, I am OMG Nit. I'm not necessarily going to be the best Minecrafter in the world, but hey, this is 100 days of hardcore, and I'm still alive at this point on day 88. So yeah, like I said, he never stays. You try as much as I try and whack him with the great sword that I'd made, it was pretty much useless. And I did keep upsetting the Enderman. I have to cut that out because I keep getting knocked about by Enderman all the time. They seem to keep walking in front of the bow and thinking I was looking at them. I wasn't looking at them, not even interested in them. But they wanted to look at me anyway, so they got angry and I had to sort them out. So this dragon fight pretty much takes forever. You can see I use all my health potions. I pretty much rinse through, I think, every golden apple by the time we're done. I mean, you can see he's getting pretty weak now. But yeah, it was a long dragon fight. There's no bed tricks, no explosives, no Minecraft speed running in this. This was just grinding out the death of that dragon without losing my life. And you can see golden apples are gone. He's one shot, but I can't get near him because I know he's just going to take straight off from that plinth again. So one last shot into the dragon and boom, I have beat the game. On day 88 of hardcore Minecraft, the knit has beat the dragon. Um, this was big time. This was a good feeling as I collected up all the XP, healed up my armor, healed up my tools, and was left with a lovely little bit of XP just to boot at the end of all my hard work. I felt OP to the max and like nothing could take me out now, and yeah, that is the dragon fight. With the dragon fight complete, it was now time to head to the true end, and I wanted to get myself well sorted with a load of shulker boxes for holding materials later on, and get myself the almighty elytra, because I have never had elytra in hardcore before. I have beat the dragon previously, but I couldn't find elytra in the end that I played through in that game, so this was a big time moment for me. So yeah, quickly ran round, got the looting sword in the left hand and the bow in the right for taking out the shulker boxes. Still haven't learned that you can't beat things to death with your bow. I mean, just like I've said, I'm not here to be the best Minecrafter. I am here just to play 100 Days of Hardcore and show you my little journey. So yeah, shulker boxes being collected. And we then went around making sure we also got all the loot that we could find, and we found actually quite a lot of loot. I mean, I'm not going to record all the loot that we found, but you'll see a little bit later on that was tons of loot, and it was quite a big end. So big, in fact, it took us from day 89 to 93 to find ourselves this little ship here that we are going to get our elytra from. We had to sort out the little shulkers protecting it, take our way in very gracefully, and steal some health potions. Why not? They're there, we'll have them. Dispatch then another shulker just hiding down here because they love to be a bit of a pain, and then yeah, we have made our way day 93 to finding the almighty elytra. More iron, more looting, more armor. Yeah, all good stuff. Don't need bit. I mean, who puts beetroot seeds in the end in what's supposed to be a treasure chest? Anyway, I get distracted. Elytra went on, and then big brain. I brought myself an anvil. I took myself an unbreaking book, stuck that on the elytra, then stuck myself a mending book, stuck that on the elytra, and I had myself OP elytra before I had even left the ship in the end. Big brain. Then it was time to test it out, and it's always a bit nervous, particularly in hardcore when you're using rockets and elytra. But first jump, and I'd remembered how to use it, so that was good times. And then I did the lazy thing of using the coordinates to go back and find my portal and make sure I could escape the end relatively easily without too many incidents. Built my way back up to the portal. Nearly messed up this ender eye. I mean, that was pretty scary again when this little render happened, and yeah, everything happened slowly again. But I was still alive. I was alive. I forgot I was wearing a elytra at this point, so I threw myself an ender pearl. Don't know why. And the biggest mistake I've made in pretty much this whole 100 days of hardcore is just about to happen. See if you can spot it before I tell you. I run straight up to the end and jump straight to the end portal and see the credits. Oh, well, try to. What did I forget? I forgot the dragon's egg. I have left the dragon's egg in the end. So, yeah, again, if you hit the like button and send me to 200 days, I will go back and fetch that egg. Because, yeah, I forgot it. But day 93, we are home, sweet home. Using our newfound elytra to go and see our beautiful, beautiful home with nothing planted in the fields. Been a bit lazy on farming. I mean, who knew that in this series? So yeah, managed to visit home. Immediately got attacked by angry pigeons because clearly they'd missed me too. So it was time for a quick sleep through the night and just to think about our little journey. Popped back into the nether because I wanted to go and have a look at this little road that I built back to the stronghold, which is over here. But no, I actually wanted to go and hunt wither skulls. Wither skeleton skulls, because this was day 94 to day 96. I have only a few days left to also defeat the wither. So made a really graceful landing, quickly switched up the armour, took the elytra off, big brain time, and went about tackling as many wither skeletons as I could find, yeeting some of them off the side of the building, because, you know, not the best Minecrafter, as I may have mentioned. But went around just finding every wither skeleton I could. These three were hiding up here. They always seem to be hiding in bunches and then get a quick hit on me, but you know, I'm hardcore. I take my time, build myself little protections, and find I've obviously already got one. There's two. One's already back at base waiting for me. Look, again, little mob of them. It's like 4 wither skeletons in this little chamber, 5 even. And not one of them drops me a wither skeleton skull. Just rude, hiding in one little hole. But yeah, we bombed it around the fortress for what felt like forever, tackling everything that came along, and then number 3 with a skeleton skull was right there on the floor then. So we quickly made our way back out, end of day 96, chucked back on the elytra, put some rockets back in hand, and made my way back to my nether portal, because don't need to be in the nether for any longer than is absolutely necessary. Because yeah, I might be OP, but I can definitely still die, and to die on day 96 would be an absolute upset, especially when I haven't fought the wither at this point. So we're back to the overworld. One more time, we have to go and grind ourselves our gear, get everything back to being awesome. I then had a little side project I wanted to do on day 98, a little bit of something that you'll see in a minute, for which I needed some black dye, so I decided to go and get myself some black dye. I also needed green dye as well, so once I'd done dispatching with these little squidlings, I then decided that it would be a good time to nip over to the desert. I passed on my way to the stronghold and gather up some cactus for some lovely green dye. And the final thing I needed was sand, because I was going to make this little final build out of concrete. I'd already got plenty of gravel, but sand was a little bit in short supply, and I put that efficiency shovel to great use. Now, the wither fight. Like my janky PC didn't like the wither fight. I fought the wither. I'm telling you now, day 99 I fought and beat the wither, and it looked just like that, and I absolutely monstered the thing. Took a smite 5 sword and beat it. So that was the end of my 100 days of hardcore. You see the nether star in my hand. I beat the wither. Please smash that like button, hit me up in the comments, please subscribe. This was a lot of work, took over 30 hours and a lot of editing, and thank you. Please watch more videos. Goodbye.